going to look at reducing or simplifying fractions. I'm on page 244 of your SAB book. Looking at the section that's called Practice Simplifying Fractions. So to simplify a fraction, really all I'm doing is making it smaller, making to its smallest fraction. That means that they're equivalent. So when I'm simplifying fractions, whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. So that means I have to do it the same way and get a whole number. So if I were to start with 2, because I know both of these are an even number, I know that I'm going to divide by 2 on the top and the bottom. And when I do that, my new fraction becomes 4/5. My next question to ask myself, can I go any further down? And the answer is no. And that is because I have a 5 in the denominator. Remember, a 5 is a prime number, so therefore it cannot be reduced any smaller. Let's look at number 26. I have 15 and I have 40. I know that I can't do divided by 2 because 15 is not divisible by 2. I know that 15 is divisible by 3 and 5. And I know that 40 is got a 5 and an 8. So because my 5's match, I'm going to start with dividing by 5. So you need to think of what factor pairs make up both of those, and then you're going to pick the highest factor pair you can that they both have in common. So in this case, I found out that 5 was the biggest one. So I know that 15 divided by 5 is 3, and I know 40 divided by 5 is 8. Can I reduce this fraction anymore? No, because 3 is my prime number. So when you get to a prime number on either top or bottom, you know you're done. Let's look at 28. I want to know my factors of 8. I know that I have 1, 2, 4, and 8. And for 12, I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Which number do they both have in common? That's the highest number. Well, 8 is the highest number, but there's no 8 here. So 4, and they both have a 4 factor. So I'm going to start by dividing by 4. If I started by dividing by 2 because I know they're both even numbers, I would then have to divide by 2 again. So by picking the highest number it's divisible by, I only have to do the step once. So I know 8 divided by 4 is 2, and I know 12 divided by 4 is 3. Again, I got prime number. I actually have 2 prime numbers because remember, number 2 is a prime. All right, and then let's look at number 30. We have 40 divided by 100. Well, I know that 40 can be divisible by 2, or not divisible, I'm sorry. It could be multiplied. 2 times 20 makes 40. And I know in this case 20 times 5 is 100. So I'm going to choose the number 20. Let's see where it gets me. So if I divide by 20, I know that 40 divided by 20 is 2. And I know 100 divided by 20 is 5. And again, I get the answer 2/5. Both numbers are prime, so I can't go any farther. Go ahead and try the odds 25, 27, 29, and 31. If you're struggling to figure out what number to pick, write out your factor pairs and pick the largest one between them. This is why we've learned factor pairs, because you need it when simplifying fractions. Do these now on your own.